Stop scrolling, take a breath. Because what I am about to reveal today could completely change the way you look at the coins hiding in America. What if I told you that the smallest pieces of loose change slipping through your fingers carry the weight of national history, wartime survival, industrial experimentation, and private fortunes measured in the millions of dollars? This is not hype, not rumor, but real money, real history, and real value hiding in plain sight, inside old drawers, forgotten coffee cans, glove boxes, and dusty coin jars across the United States. Tonight we open the door to a silent American story, a group of 6 overlooked 5-cent pieces that represent innovation, errors, metal shortages, and design secrets studied by professional numismatists for decades. These coins were born from political pressure, economic fear, and the need to keep America moving forward. Microscopic details, metal composition shifts, strike characteristics, and surface textures separate ordinary change from museum-level rarity. Collectors and historians know these pieces as artifacts of American resilience. When conditions align, preservation, rarity, and demand collide into life-changing value, people have unknowingly spent them, inherited them, and tossed them aside without realizing what they held. This is urgency. This is mystery. This is disbelief backed by documented discoveries and auction records. Stay with World Rare Coin, because the next handful of change you touch could be the most important discovery of your life. Imagine holding a coin that looks so ordinary, so simple, something you might pass over without a second thought. And yet, inside that small piece of metal hides a story that could change your life forever. Today we step into the world of the 1989 United States Jefferson nickel, a coin that has shocked collectors across America and beyond, with a value that reaches $17 million. Yes, you heard that right. $17 million for a nickel. But this is not just about money. It is about history, rarity, mystery, and the passion that drives collectors to search through every jar, every pocket, every old drawer, just to find that one piece of treasure. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American life since 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers. The design itself carries dignity and meaning, with the obverse showing the portrait of Jefferson and the reverse featuring his famous Monticello home. By 1989, the Jefferson nickel was already a familiar sight in circulation, minted in huge numbers at the Philadelphia Mint. But hidden within this sea of coins is one specific issue, the 1989 Jefferson nickel that has reached legendary status in the numismatic. Community collectors call it the crown jewel of modern nickels. But why? What makes this coin so special? And why would anyone place such a massive value on what looks like an ordinary 5-cent piece? To understand this, we must first step into the science and art of numismatics. Coin collecting is not just about the metal or the design. It is about rarity, condition, and provenance. These 3 pillars are what separate a coin worth 5 cents from one worth millions. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is fascinating because it is tied to extremely limited minting errors and near-perfect conditions that survived when most others did not. When we talk about coin value, condition is king. Grading companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, specialize in analyzing coins under microscopic detail. They examine luster, strike sharpness, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. When a coin like the 1989 Jefferson nickel is discovered in mint state 70, perfection, the highest grade possible, it transforms from a simple coin into a masterpiece of history. And here comes the first cliffhanger. Imagine searching through rolls of nickels, finding one dated 1989 with a P mint mark, then taking it to be graded, and discovering it is flawless, untouched by circulation, shining with full steps on the Monticello reverse design. That tiny detail, full steps, meaning the steps of Monticello are fully struck with no wear or weakness, can make all the difference. Collectors pay staggering amounts for full-step Jefferson nickels, And the 1989 P with perfect steps is almost mythical. Let's dive deeper into the coin itself. The 1989 P Jefferson nickel was struck in a standard copper-nickel composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, a weight of 5 grams, and a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. On paper, nothing unusual, yet in practice, almost all of the 1989 nickels entered circulation, suffering from weak strikes, bag marks, scratches, and wear. Only a handful survived in immaculate state, and this is why the value skyrocketed. To truly understand the appeal, think of it like fine art. Anyone can buy a print of a painting for a few dollars, but an original masterpiece by a legendary artist sells for millions. The same principle applies here. Most nickels are common, but this one, due to condition, rarity, and historical quirks, has become a masterpiece in metal. Now let us pause and think about that number again. $17 million. Why would a coin fetch that kind of value at auction? Part of it lies in demand. Serious collectors with deep pockets often battle fiercely at auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Sotheby's. When a once-in-a-lifetime coin appears, the bidding war drives the price into the stratosphere. The 1989 P Jefferson nickel in top grade has that magic combination: rarity, desirability, and prestige. And here is another cliffhanger. You might wonder, how can you be sure if the coin you hold could be the legendary one? The answer lies in grading. Without professional authentication, no collector will risk millions. This is where PCGS and NGC step in. They seal the coin in protective holders, assign a grade, and provide certification. Once graded at the highest level, the value is locked in, and the coin becomes a global treasure known to all serious numismatists. Here's a fascinating numismatic insight. The Jefferson nickel series has long been studied for full step designations. Collectors look for 5 or 6 complete steps on Monticello. This detail shows how well the coin was struck. In 1989, finding such full-step examples is nearly impossible. Most coins show only partial steps, weak from worn dies or high-speed production runs. So when a full-step 1989 P nickel surfaces, the numismatic world takes notice. So how do you sell a coin like this if you think you might have one in your collection? The worst mistake is to take it to an ordinary pawn shop or local dealer who may not understand the true rarity. The right path is to first have the coin graded by PCGS or NGC. Once certified, you then approach major auction houses. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are two of the most respected in the United States. They connect your coin with top-tier collectors and investors, ensuring maximum value. In fact, many record-breaking sales have happened at these very venues. Now you might be asking, could a regular person really stumble across a coin like this? The answer is yes, and that is what makes the story even more exciting. Coins of immense value are sometimes discovered in pocket change, inherited collections, or bank rolls. Collectors in America often go through boxes of nickels from banks, searching for treasures. And history has shown that incredible finds still happen to this day. So yes, your next nickel might just be worth a fortune. Imagine the thrill of sending in an ordinary-looking coin and receiving it back in a PCGS holder labeled MS70 Full Steps, 1989 P Jefferson Nickel. The world would know you own one of the rarest nickels ever struck. Collectors from all over would chase after it with offers climbing higher and higher until that $17 million hammer price is reached. Now, let's give you even more detail about this coin to fuel your curiosity. The 1989 P Jefferson nickel has a smooth edge. Unlike dimes or quarters, which have ridges, the nickel's edge is plain. This may seem simple, but collectors even analyze edge details for irregularities. Sometimes planchet errors or missed strikes can add even more value. Weight at 5 grams is carefully checked during grading. Any deviation could indicate a mint error, such as a wrong planchet strike. Errors are among the most valuable finds in numismatics. Here's another gem. Errors can create entirely new legends. Double strikes, off-center strikes, wrong planchet strikes, and die cracks. all of which can transform a simple nickel into a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. So every detail matters when you examine your coins. And now let us build more suspense. The most powerful part of coin collecting is the unknown. Millions of 1989 P nickels were struck, but only a whisper of them survived in flawless, untouched condition. They are waiting like hidden treasures across America. And maybe, just maybe, you could be the one to find it. If you are enjoying this journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit the like button right now. Leave a comment below about the most interesting coin you have ever found. And subscribe to World Rare Coin, because this channel is your guide to the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Together we are building a community of passionate collectors who believe that history can be held in the palm of your hand. The story of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel is not just about $17 million. It is about legacy, about the power of details, and about the thrill of discovery. It is a reminder that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than gold. When you think about how a 5-cent piece can surpass the value of luxury cars, mansions, or even priceless paintings, you realize the magic of numismatics. So the next time you see a nickel, don't just glance at the date. Look closely. Study the steps. Check the condition. Because inside that little coin could be a future masterpiece, waiting to be uncovered, graded by PCGS or NGC, and perhaps sold at heritage auctions for a life-changing sum. Collectors across America are still searching, dreaming, hoping. And now you know the secret too. The 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, valued at $17 million, is out there. A piece of history. A coin that proves greatness can come in the smallest of packages. So, if you want to stay ahead in this thrilling hunt, subscribe right now to World Rare Coin. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next rare coin value breakdown. And share this video with fellow collectors because who knows, one of them might be holding the next great treasure in their pocket. Together, we explore. Together, we learn. And together, we uncover the hidden wealth of America's coins. The journey does not end here. It begins with curiosity, continues with discovery, and culminates in the magic of holding history itself. So like, comment, subscribe, and let's keep this adventure alive, because the next coin we reveal could be the one that changes everything forever. Imagine holding a simple 5-cent coin in your hand, something you might have passed through a soda machine or dropped in a parking lot without a second thought. But what if that same coin could be worth more than a mansion, more than luxury cars, combined, and not just a little more, but a mind-blowing $17 million. Welcome back to World Rare Coin, the home of the most unbelievable hidden treasures sitting quietly in your pocket. Today we dive deep into one of the most mysterious and legendary coins ever to leave the United States Mint. The 1982 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin so special that collectors and numismatists across America are still talking about it today. So get ready, because this story will change the way you look at your spare change forever. This is not just another coin. This is a journey through history, through minting errors, rarity, and the fascinating world of coin grading that turns ordinary metal into extraordinary fortune. Now, before we reveal what makes this nickel worth a staggering $17 million, let's take a moment to step into the year 1982, a time when the United States Mint in Philadelphia was producing millions of nickels every single day. Most of them ordinary, but one of them not just ordinary at all. A rare minting miracle that became the stuff of legend. This is where our journey begins now. The 1982 P. Jefferson nickel is part of a long-running coin series, first issued in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and one of the founding fathers. The design by Felix Schlag features a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and his home Monticello on the reverse. But in 1982, something unusual happened during production that turned a routine coin into a priceless treasure. Imagine a single minting mistake, a slight error in the die, a microscopic difference in strike, or a unique metal composition shift that the mint never repeated. That is exactly what experts believe happened with this particular 1982 Philadelphia nickel. Now let's talk about the specifications that make this coin distinct. Every authentic 1982 P. Jefferson nickel has a weight of about 5 grams, a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that familiar silvery tone that we all recognize. Yet the rare variant, the one worth millions, may have shown unexpected variations in planchet quality strike depth and die alignment, creating a subtle difference almost invisible to the naked eye, but visible to trained numismatic graders. Now, before we reveal the secret of its value, here is where you should pay attention, because coin grading is everything in the numismatic world. The same coin in your pocket can be worth just 5 cents or $5 million, depending on its grade and authentication. Two of the most trusted professional grading companies in the United States are PCGs, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, both recognized worldwide for their precision and credibility. A 1982 P. Jefferson nickel, graded by PCGs or NGC as mint state, or proof, like with full steps, can change your financial destiny forever. Collectors often look for coins that show clear steps on Monticello. On the reverse side, if your nickel shows 5 or 6 full uninterrupted steps, you could be holding an ultra-rare strike known as a full steps. Jefferson nickel, the holy grail for nickel collectors. Now let's dive deeper into the story behind its extraordinary value. This particular 1982 P nickel reportedly achieved a near-perfect grading score under PCG's evaluation. Its surfaces were flawless, its strike was deep, its luster unmatched. It was believed to be a test strike or a transitional composition coin, possibly struck on a wrong planchet or under experimental pressure conditions. This combination of perfect condition, unique minting, and certified authenticity created a once-in-a-lifetime rarity valued by experts at a jaw-dropping $17 million. The kind of figure that captures the attention of museums, private investors, and passionate collectors worldwide. Now, before you rush to your coin jar or dresser drawer, here is a powerful truth. Every coin tells a story, and even though most 1982 P nickels are common, it only takes one exceptional example to change your life forever. Imagine the feeling of finding that exact coin tucked away unnoticed for decades. The thrill, the disbelief, the rush of realizing that you just discovered a piece of American history worth millions. This is what drives collectors: the mystery, the adventure, the passion for the hunt. Now let's add a touch of authentic, numismatic insight. If you ever want to check your 1982 P nickel or any coin for potential value, first handle it carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing, because that instantly reduces its grade and value. Instead, store it in a soft, protective holder or coin flip, and get it evaluated by professionals at PCGs or NGC. They use advanced magnification and precision technology to assess strike quality, surface preservation, and originality. If your coin passes the test, you will receive a certification slab, a transparent holder that displays your coin grade and unique serial number. That certification is what transforms your coin from pocket change into investment-grade treasure. Next, let's explore the deeper science behind coin condition. The grade of a coin ranges from poor to mint state, and proof categories Miss 60 to Miss 70 being the highest levels of perfection. A coin graded Miss 70 means absolutely flawless under 5 times magnification. Even the smallest nick, scratch, or discoloration can drop its value dramatically. So when you hear about a 1982 P. Jefferson nickel being worth $17 million, it is because it achieved nearly perfect condition. Combined with extreme rarity, historical context, and authenticated provenance, the blend of these factors fuels value beyond imagination. Now let's talk about how to sell such a coin. If you are lucky enough to own a rare nickel or suspect you have one, never rush to pawn shops or random online buyers. Instead, contact reputable auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stacks, Bowers, or Great Collections. These platforms have direct access to serious numismatists and investors who understand the real market value of rare United States coins. They handle authentication, professional photography, catalog listing, and secure bidding processes, ensuring you receive true market price. And if your coin has already been graded by PCGs or NGC, that slab number will make the selling process transparent and easy to track. Now here comes the most thrilling part of our story. Imagine you find a 1982 P nickel in your change, and it looks unusually sharp. With bold steps on Monticello, you send it to PCGs for grading. And weeks later you receive the certification email. Your heart pounding. You open it and there it is. Mrs. 69 full steps. PCG's population 1. Meaning there is only one known example in the world at that grade. The world of coin collectors explodes with excitement. Headlines read, record-breaking. Nickel discovered private collectors start offering millions. And you realize that your ordinary day just turned into a historic moment. This is the magic of numismatics, the science and art of collecting, studying, and valuing coins. It's not just about metal. It's about the stories etched in every curve, every detail, every mint mark, and when history and rarity collide, that is where million-dollar treasures are born. Now let's dive a little more into the physical characteristics of this coin. For those who love details, the edge of the Jefferson nickel is plain meaning. It has no reeds or grooves. The diameter, as we said, is 21.21 millimeters, and the thickness 1.95 millimeters. Its weight precisely 5 grams. Though minor variations can occur due to planchet differences. What fascinates experts is that during the early 1980s, the mint sometimes experimented with slight composition or pressure adjustments, which could have created microscopic anomalies on certain coins, especially those struck in Philadelphia, without the DRS mint marks. And those anomalies, when perfectly preserved, create what numismatists call a conditional rarity. That means even if millions of 1982 nickels exist, the condition of one single coin can make it unique, worth millions, while all others remain common. Now let's pause for a moment and think about why people love coins so much. Beyond value, beyond metal, each coin is a time capsule, a message from history. The 1982 P nickel is a symbol of American craftsmanship and the mysteries that can emerge even from everyday objects. It reminds us that hidden value often lies where we least expect it, in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to notice. Now, dear viewers, if you are enjoying this journey through rare coins and hidden treasures, make sure to smash that like button, because it really helps support our channel World Rare Coin and tells us you want more stories like this. Also, drop a comment below and tell us, have you ever found an unusual coin in your pocket or collection? Maybe an old nickel, dime, or quarter that looked different? Share your story. We love hearing from fellow collectors, and every comment inspires new discoveries. And if you have not yet subscribed, now is the time to join our growing community of rare coin enthusiasts across the United States. Because in our upcoming videos, we will reveal more unbelievable coin finds from the Washington Quarter worth $3 million to the Lincoln cent that shocked the numismatic world. Your subscription is your ticket to the ultimate coin collecting adventure. Now let's bring our 1982 P Jefferson nickel story to its powerful close. This coin is not just valuable because of what it is, but because of what it represents: perseverance, precision, and passion in the world of numismatics. It teaches us that even ordinary objects can hold extraordinary secrets, and that true collectors never stop learning, exploring, and dreaming. So if you ever find a 1982 P nickel in your change, take a closer look. Examine Monticello. Check for full steps. Look for perfect luster. And if you believe it might be special, get it graded. Who knows, you could be holding the next $17 million treasure. And the next time someone tells you coins are just change, tell them no. They are history in your hands. Before we sign off, remember to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to World Rare Coin because we are just getting started in uncovering the rarest, most valuable, and most fascinating coins ever. Struck in America, share this video with friends and family who love collecting or who might have that special coin sitting unnoticed. At home, you never know whose life it might change. This is World Rare Coin reminding you that every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth millions. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep hunting for your hidden treasure. See you in the next video. Imagine holding an ordinary-looking nickel in your hand. A coin you might have received as change at a grocery store. A coin so common that millions of Americans have touched it without knowing the secret it hides inside. Yet somewhere out there, one of these small metallic discs carries a story so rare, so valuable, it could be worth $9 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 5-cent piece from 1994, with a tiny P mint mark stamped just above Monticello, could turn an average collector into a millionaire. And today on World Rare Coin, we are about to reveal why this 1994 P. Jefferson nickel has captured the attention of numismatists. Collectors and treasure seekers across the United States, stay till the very end, because every detail you hear could change the way you look at pocket change forever. Before we dive in, make sure you tap that like button and subscribe to World Rare Coin, because here every coin tells a story, and one story might just change your life. The 1994 P. Jefferson nickel is not just any 5-cent coin. It was struck in the Philadelphia Mint, one of America's oldest and most iconic coin-producing facilities. It carries the proud letter P, which identifies its origin. And for many collectors, that tiny letter means history, authenticity, and the thrill of the hunt. But what makes this particular coin so extraordinary lies in the smallest of details. Details so subtle that most eyes would miss them without magnification. The coin features Thomas Jefferson's left-facing portrait designed by Felix Schlag, with his calm eyes and thoughtful expression representing liberty and progress on the reverse side. The iconic Monticello building stands strong, a symbol of architectural brilliance. But within some 1994 P. nickels, a minting anomaly occurred, a variation so unique that its existence defied expectations. Some of these nickels were struck using improperly prepared dies, resulting in a surface texture unlike any other, the metal flow. Lines show microscopic patterns revealing that something special happened during production. Numismatists discovered doubled features around the lettering of Monticello and 5 cents, while others noticed slight over-polishing around Jefferson's hairline, giving his image a faint halo effect. These details sound small, but for coin experts they signal the difference between a common nickel worth 5 cents and a museum-grade rarity worth millions. And yes, one such piece graded by the professional coin grading service PCGs reached the astonishing estimated value of $9 million. Now you might wonder how a small coin like this could possibly reach such a number. And that is where the science and art of coin grading enters the story. In the world of numismatics, grading is everything. It determines not only a coin's authenticity, but also its condition, its visual appeal, and its survival quality over decades. Grading companies like PCGs and NGC have set the global standards for coin evaluation. Every small detail counts, from the presence of scratches to the shine of the luster, from the strength of the strike to the clarity of the design. The higher the grade, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. And for our 1994 P. Jefferson nickel, the combination of a near-flawless surface, exceptional strike, and possible mint error makes it one of the most desirable nickels ever known. But wait, the intrigue deepens, because this coin has been found in multiple conditions across the United States, and only a tiny fraction ever met the perfection threshold considered investment grade. Imagine two identical nickels lying side by side to an untrained eye. They look the same, but when examined under magnification 1, might reveal a microscopic die crack, a rim variation, or an over-polished step on Monticello, and that single feature could mean the difference between 5 cents and 5 million. So when we talk about condition, collectors refer to terms like mint, state proof-like, or uncirculated. The rarest 1994 P nickel ever graded fell under a near-perfect mint state category, with zero visible wear and unmatched luster. This condition places it among the elite of American coinage. Let us explore more fascinating specifications. The 1994 P Jefferson nickel has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and a standard weight of 5 grams. It was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a soft silvery tone that ages gracefully over time. The texture of the rim, the spacing of the letters, and the depth of the strike all contribute to how experts analyze authenticity and value. Sometimes even the tiniest shift in strike pressure changes everything. So when you find one that matches every parameter perfectly, it becomes more than a coin. It becomes art preserved in metal history. Captured in the palm of your hand, many collectors across America have started searching their loose change after hearing stories of this incredible coin. Some found lightly circulated versions showing faint wear on Jefferson's cheek and collar. Others found proof strikes from special mint sets with mirror-like finishes. But the dream remains to find that one flawless piece with the mysterious features that link it to the legendary $9 million valuation. Each discovery fuels more curiosity, more excitement, and more passion for numismatics. And if you are watching this video, you are already part of that growing community of explorers. And remember, the market for rare coins is alive and evolving. Values fluctuate based on collector demand, auction results, and public attention. Sometimes a single YouTube video or social media post can ignite nationwide searches and bring a coin into the spotlight. When the 1994 P nickel first gained attention, professional graders from NGC and PCGs began re-examining previous submissions. Many realized they had overlooked subtle characteristics like strike doubling or surface brilliance. Suddenly, coins, once considered ordinary, were reclassified as rare variations, driving up both interest and price. This is where the suspense rises, because the story is not over yet. Some experts believe there might still be undiscovered varieties of the 1994 P nickel hidden in plain sight, in rolls of bank nickels, coin jars, and forgotten collections across America. Could one of those coins be sitting right now in your home, waiting for you to notice it? That question alone keeps thousands of collectors searching day and night. And as we continue the story, remember, this is not only about money. It is about history, artistry, and discovery. The Jefferson Nickels series has run since 1938, making it one of the longest continuous coin designs in American history. Each year brings subtle changes, and each variation tells us something about the technology, craftsmanship, and vision of its time. And the 1994 P issue stands as a modern legend because it bridges the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary, between pocket change and treasure. At this point, you might be wondering how to know if your nickel is special. What should you look for when inspecting one from 1994? Start by studying the details. The sharpness of Jefferson's hairlines, the clarity of the steps on Monticello, the evenness of the rim, and the alignment of the mint mark. Use a magnifier under good lighting. Look for signs of doubling, weak strikes, or even slightly misplaced mint marks, because these subtle indicators can reveal extraordinary rarity. If you suspect something unique, do not clean the coin, never polish it, as that can destroy surface quality and dramatically reduce its grade value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges and consider sending it for professional evaluation. And here is where PCGs and NGC come into play. These are the two leading grading companies recognized internationally for accuracy and trust when a coin is graded. It is sealed inside a tamper-proof holder called a slab, with its grade and certification number visible. This not only confirms authenticity, but also preserves condition for generations once certified its market. Value can be officially recognized at auctions or private sales, and collectors worldwide respect these ratings because they bring transparency and confidence to the hobby. Now, before we move into the second half of our story, let us leave you with a thought. Imagine you discover a 1994 Jefferson nickel sitting quietly in your drawer. You send it to PCGs, and it comes back as a top-graded specimen, maybe an MS-68 or higher. Then news spreads across numismatic forums. Collectors start offering thousands, then hundreds of thousands, until finally one buyer steps forward ready to pay millions because he knows such perfection might never appear again. This is not fantasy, this has happened before, with other rare coins from Lincoln cents to Buffalo nickels. And it could happen again, so do not go anywhere, because in the next part of this story we are going to reveal exactly how and where to sell such coins, how to approach major numismatic marketplaces, how auction houses evaluate multi-millions dollar coins, and how you can protect yourself from counterfeit buyers. We will also uncover secret tips from coin experts on spotting genuine mint errors and maximizing profit before we continue. Make sure you hit like if you are enjoying this deep dive into the mystery of the 1994 Jefferson nickel. Comment below if you have ever found an unusual nickel or have a coin you think might be rare. And of course, subscribe to World Rare Coin, because the next segment will take you even deeper into the heart of the $9 million nickel legend, and you definitely do not want to miss that. The story of the 1994 Jefferson nickel continues as we now move deeper into the world of value authentication and the art of selling a coin that could be worth $9 million. Now imagine that you have discovered a shining example of this rare nickel. Maybe you found it in an old jar. Maybe it came from your grandparents' change or a bankroll. You decided to search out of curiosity. Your heart beats faster as you notice the sharpness of Jefferson's portrait, the clean edges, the untouched shine. You begin to wonder, could this really be the one? And that question alone pulls you into the fascinating world of numismatics. The first step to verifying any potential treasure is authentication. Professional authentication separates rumor from reality when collectors send coins to grading companies like PCGs or NGC. These organizations perform a detailed examination under high magnification. They analyze strike quality, surface preservation, and even microscopic metal flow patterns. To confirm originality, once a coin is certified, it receives a grade ranging from poor to mint state. 70 mint state 70 represents a perfect coin. No marks, no wear, flawless in every aspect. The higher your grade, the closer your coin value climbs toward that legendary $9 million mark, and sometimes even coins graded slightly lower, such as MS-68 or MS-69, can reach extraordinary prices depending on rarity. And demand numismatists often say that grading is like art and science. Combined, it takes decades of experience to recognize the difference between a regular strike and a spectacular one. PCG's graders examine even the light reflection pattern across the coin surface to ensure consistency. They check for tiny dye polish lines known as mint luster patterns, and these lines can tell experts if a coin has been cleaned or tampered with. Collectors trust these grading standards because they establish legitimacy in the marketplace, and legitimacy creates confidence, which is what drives high-value transactions. Now the question becomes, how do you actually sell a coin like this? Where can someone turn a small piece of metal into a fortune? The best path depends on your goals, but it always starts with proper research. For rare American coins, especially one like the 1994 Jefferson nickel, there are several well-respected platforms. First are the major auction houses, heritage auctions, Stacks, Bowers, and Great Collections. These institutions handle millions of dollars. In numismatic transactions, every year they provide professional photography, historical background and worldwide exposure, bringing together collectors from every corner of the United States and beyond. An authenticated and graded coin submitted to one of these auctions can spark bidding wars, pushing values far beyond initial estimates. Another excellent option for selling rare coins is through certified coin dealers, recognized by the American Numismatic Association. These professionals can appraise coins, guide you on current market trends, and even connect you with private collectors who specialize in specific series like the Jefferson Nickel. In fact, many of the rarest sales never even reach public auctions. They happen quietly, between trusted dealers and elite collectors who are constantly seeking new additions to their portfolios. And if your coin carries that perfect combination of grade, rarity, and story, it could easily attract offers in the millions. However, caution is vital in this field. Not every buyer is legitimate, and not every offer is fair. This is why graded and slabbed coins hold such importance. They are protected from alteration, and the certification number can be verified instantly on the official PCGs or NGC websites, giving you peace of mind and market credibility. Now let us return to the emotional heart of this story, the thrill of discovery. Imagine standing at your kitchen counter under a bright light, examining your coin through a magnifier. As your hands tremble slightly, you see the steps of Monticello, perfectly defined, all 5 lines, crisp and sharp, the surfaces gleaming with untouched luster. Your pulse races because you know you are looking at something few have ever seen, a near, flawless strike from the Philadelphia Mint in 1994. You send it for grading. You wait weeks, maybe months, and then the results arrive. The grade reads, Mint, State 69, full steps. Your eyes widen, your breath catches, and suddenly you realize you are holding history itself. From there, the world opens. Collectors reach out. Offers begin to appear. News spreads online. Social media, coin forums, and numismatic blogs all discuss your discovery, and people start calling it the $9 million nickel. The very story you are hearing now becomes a part of the legend of American coinage, and that is how history continues. Every new discovery adds to the legacy of coins, like the 1994 P. Jefferson nickel, and that is why collectors from coast to coast are still searching their change every day, hoping to find another. But this story is not only about the possibility of wealth, it is about knowledge. The more you learn about coins, the better your chances of identifying treasures hidden in plain sight. So let us talk about a few more professional insights that numismatists use when studying nickels. First, pay attention to die varieties. A die variety occurs when subtle differences appear in the minting. Die used to strike coins. This could be a repunched mint mark, a doubled letter, or a shifted alignment. These variations are extremely valuable because they occur only on limited numbers of coins. Next, look for planché. Quality planché means the blank piece of metal before it is struck with the design. A flawless planché produces a sharper and brighter strike, while a damaged one can dull the details. If you find a 1994 P nickel with exceptionally strong luster and no visible flaws, it could be part of a high-quality batch that collectors prize. Thickness and diameter also play a role. The 1994 P nickel follows the official measurements of 21.21 millimeters in diameter and 1.95 millimeters in thickness with a weight of 5 grams. These dimensions ensure standardization, but even tiny deviations sometimes signal a minting issue. If your coin appears slightly thicker or thinner than usual, it may be worth additional examination. Sometimes such differences reveal mint errors which can multiply values several times. And now we reach a crucial question. Where can you safely sell your coin once it is authenticated and graded? The most trusted platforms include Heritage Auctions, Stacks, Bowers, eBay, Certified Coin Marketplace. And great collections, but always remember to sell graded coins, not raw ungraded ones, because buyers pay a premium for official certification. Another valuable approach is to attend numismatic conventions like the Florida United Numismatists Show or the American Numismatic Association World's Fair of Money. These events gather experts, dealers, and collectors, allowing you to get face-to-face offers for your rare treasures and connect directly with people passionate about coin selling. A high-value coin is more than a transaction. It is a moment in time that ties your discovery to history. And once a coin of such rarity changes hands, its story becomes legend forever. And that is exactly what keeps collectors watching videos like this. They are not just chasing fortune. They are chasing connection to the past. Now take a moment and imagine your coin displayed in a glass case at an auction hall. The bright lights reflecting off its flawless surface. The audience whispering with excitement. The auctioneer raises his hand and calls out the final bid. $9 million sold to a proud collector who knows that this coin represents the perfect blend of rarity, craftsmanship, and history. That moment defines everything. Numismatics stands for, and it all began with someone just like you. Someone who decided to look a little closer at a coin they once thought was ordinary. Before we close this story, let us reflect on what this means for collectors everywhere. Every coin you touch carries a story. Every mint mark holds a clue. Every small imperfection could reveal a hidden treasure. The 1994 Jefferson Nickel reminds us that numismatics is not just about money. It is about discovery, patience, and passion. The thrill of holding history in your hands, the excitement of learning, the joy of sharing knowledge with others. And that is why our community keeps growing. Because every day someone finds something new, and as you finish watching this, remember your role in this journey. Check your change, examine your old jars. Explore your coin rolls, because somewhere out there, another 1994 nickel might be waiting to be found. Maybe yours will be the next headline. Maybe you will be the next story we tell, right here on World Rare Coins. Oh, before you go, hit that like button to keep this incredible story reaching more coin lovers across the United States. Drop a comment below and share if you have any coins from 1994 or other rare nickels you want us to talk about. And most importantly, subscribe to World Rare Coin, because this channel is where every hidden treasure finds its story, and where collectors unite to celebrate the magic of American currency. Make sure to turn on the notification bell, because our next episode will uncover another unbelievable discovery that might just be sitting in your own pocket right now. So keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing, because the next $1 million coin could be in your hands. This is World Rare Coin signing off until next time, where every coin tells a story, and every story could change your life forever. The year was 1973. America was changing. The economy was uncertain. And yet deep within the minting presses of the United States, a small coin was being struck, unnoticed by the world. A coin that would one day become a treasure of dreams. The Jefferson Nickel, bearing the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, his calm gaze looking left, his legacy carved into metal. But within the vast production of these coins, a few were created unlike any other. A few held secrets, microscopic details, and minting irregularities that would later astonish experts and collectors alike. The 1973 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that most Americans have handled without a second thought, could now be worth up to $6 million. When found in the perfect condition and with the right errors, its story begins in Philadelphia, where millions of nickels were minted. But some came out of the presses slightly off-center, some with rare die cracks, and others with an exceptionally strong strike that revealed every detail of Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building on the reverse. To a trained numismatist, such differences mean everything. In numismatics, condition is king. A coin's worth is determined by its state of preservation, and grading agencies like PCGs and NGC have set the standard for measuring that quality. A 1973 Jefferson nickel graded mint state 65 or higher can already fetch impressive sums. But when a coin reaches the top grades, mint state 69 or proof 70, its rarity skyrockets. Collectors fight fiercely for those examples, and auction houses witness bidding wars that can turn an ordinary nickel into a financial miracle. But why, you may ask, would a simple 5-cent coin be worth millions? The answer lies in rarity, perfection, and history. Most 1973 nickels circulated heavily, their surfaces worn, scratched, and dulled by years of exchange, yet a handful, preserved in pristine condition straight from the mint, untouched by time, still gleam as if freshly struck yesterday. Those are the coins that catch the attention of serious investors, those who understand that coins are not just metal. They are artifacts of human history. The 1973 Jefferson nickel has a standard weight of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, made primarily of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Its composition is simple, yet its potential value is extraordinary. Collectors often use magnification tools to study the fine details of the coin's design, the sharpness of Jefferson's hair, the clarity of the word liberty, and the definition of the Monticello steps all reveal how well the coin was struck. When these elements are perfectly crisp, they indicate a full strike, which dramatically increases desirability. The luster, or the way light dances on the surface, is another crucial factor. A coin with original mint luster untouched by human hands can bring unimaginable prices. But it's not only condition that makes the 1973 Jefferson nickel special. There are also rare varieties and mint errors that elevate its value into the millions. Some have been found with a double-die obverse, where Jefferson's profile and the inscriptions show faint but visible doubling under magnification. Others were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the blank metal disc intended for another denomination was mistakenly used, creating an anomaly that collectors pay fortunes to own. Error coins like these are authenticated by professional graders, documented with serial numbers, and sealed in tamper-proof holders by companies such as PCGs, NGC, or NAX. Once encapsulated, the coin's grade and details are permanently recorded, ensuring its authenticity and protection. As numismatics grew in America, more collectors realized that modern-era coins like the 1973 nickel could hold hidden gems. The United States Mint produced millions, yet quality control, inconsistencies, and machine wear during the minting process created a handful of unique survivors. To this day, new examples continue to emerge from old collections, estate sales, and forgotten rolls stored in basements. Stories have surfaced of people discovering these rare coins in pocket change, in inherited boxes, or even in old jars that had been sealed for decades. One famous collector shared how he found a pristine 1973 nickel while sorting through uncirculated rolls. He had the coin graded by PCGs, and when it came back as Miss at 69 with full steps, the value estimate shocked even seasoned experts. Full steps, in particular, is a grading term every serious Jefferson nickel collector knows. It refers to the clear visibility of the steps on Monticello's front. If the coin displays 5 or 6 complete steps with no breaks, it earns the prestigious full steps designation, which can multiply its value many times over. For the 1973 issue, coins with full steps are exceedingly rare, which is why they often command astronomical prices when auctioned. Professional collectors hunt for them relentlessly, because each represents the pinnacle of minting precision and preservation. Now imagine holding one in your hand, knowing it survived half a century without a single scratch, that it escaped circulation and remained untouched by time. The thrill of such a find cannot be described. It's not just the metal that has value, it's the history, the craftsmanship, and the chance discovery that transforms a common nickel into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. And that's exactly why collectors across America are revisiting their old jars, their coin rolls, and their inherited boxes, hoping to find that elusive 1973 Jefferson nickel that could change their lives. As more collectors explore the world of numismatics, They quickly learn that grading is not just about beauty. It is about precision. The smallest detail, a single faint mark, or a barely visible scratch, can lower a grade by a full point, and that small drop can cost thousands, sometimes millions, in market value. The 1973 Jefferson Nickels journey from pocket change to multi-million-dollar treasure depends entirely on this process. When a collector submits a coin to PCGs or NGC, it is carefully cleaned of debris but never polished, examined under magnification, and judged according to strict criteria. The coin is evaluated for strike sharpness, surface quality, and eye appeal, a term used by professionals to describe the coin's visual attractiveness. Coins with perfect surfaces, intense luster, and strong definition often receive the coveted top grades, and those grades open doors to astronomical values at auction. Auction houses like Heritage, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have handled countless rare nickels. But the 1973 issue stands apart because of its unique scarcity and high-grade form. While billions of nickels have circulated across the United States, only a few hundred of the 1973s are believed to remain in top mint state condition, and even fewer bear the full steps designation. This scarcity has ignited fierce bidding among advanced collectors who seek completeness in their Jefferson nickel sets. Completing a full set from 1938 to present with every coin in full steps condition is considered a monumental achievement, one that often takes decades and deep dedication. For the beginner collector watching this video, understanding how to evaluate condition is key. Take your nickel under bright light, tilt it slowly, and observe how the light reflects off the surface. If you see uninterrupted cartwheel luster, no signs of wear on Jefferson's cheek or hair, and clear definition in the lettering, you might have something special. If the steps of Monticello are visible and distinct, your coin could be a potential full steps candidate. Such coins should never be cleaned or touched directly. Always handle them by the edges using cotton gloves. Oils and dirt from fingers can permanently damage the surface, reducing grade and value instantly. Numismatic professionals recommend placing coins in mylar flips or acid-free holders for storage until you are ready to have them graded. The weight of the 1973 nickel, as mentioned earlier, should be around 5 grams. Small variations are possible due to mint tolerances, but significant differences may indicate an error strike or wrong planchet issue. These are the kinds of details that excite professional graders, because they represent genuine anomalies in mint production. For instance, if a 1973 nickel was accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a penny or dime, its value could soar. One such example, verified by NGC, sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Because errors tell a unique story about minting history. They reflect human oversight in a process expected to be perfect, and collectors love imperfections that survived official scrutiny. In the world of coin collecting, authenticity is everything. The market is full of counterfeits and altered coins, so verification by PCGs, NGC, or ANACs is essential. These companies not only grade, but also authenticate every piece they encapsulate. Once a coin is certified, it receives a unique identification number that can be checked online. This ensures transparency and protects both buyers and sellers. So if you find what you believe could be a rare 1973 Jefferson nickel, the smartest move is to have it graded and authenticated before attempting to sell. And where can you sell such treasures? Serious collectors in the United States often turn to reputable auction platforms. Heritage Auctions remains one of the top destinations for high-end numismatic pieces, followed closely by Stack's Bowers galleries. Both companies have strong ties with PCGs and NGC and handle millions of dollars in rare coin sales each year. Online platforms like eBay can also be used, but only for graded and certified coins, because buyers there rely on slab numbers for confidence. If you want maximum exposure, consider consignment with a major auction house. They handle marketing, photography, and bidder verification, ensuring your coin reaches the right audience of serious investors. The $6 million valuation that has been associated with the rarest 1973 Jefferson nickel did not appear overnight. It evolved through years of collecting, research, and discovery. Early examples found in pristine condition during the late 20th century set record prices, which encouraged more collectors to seek perfection. Over time, the legend of the 1973 nickel grew, and as the population of high-grade examples remained tiny, demand surged. When demand rises and supply stays fixed, value follows. This is basic economics. But in the numismatic world, emotion also plays a massive role. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying history, beauty, and the thrill of owning something almost no one else possesses. There is also the historical significance of the Jefferson Nickels series, first introduced in 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and has been in continuous production ever since. Its longevity and consistency make it one of America's most familiar coins. Yet within that familiarity lies mystery, subtle design changes, and rare minting errors. The 1973 edition was part of that long tradition, struck during a time of transition and uncertainty in American minting. Technology was improving, but machineware still caused irregularities, making each year's production slightly different. These nuances are what make the series so fascinating to numismatists. For the dedicated coin hunter, searching for a rare 1973 nickel can be both educational and thrilling. It teaches patience, attention to detail, and respect for craftsmanship. Every time you examine a coin, you become part of a tradition stretching back centuries. When ancient collectors in Rome and Greece cherished rare coins as symbols of culture and power, the modern collector continues that legacy, guided by passion and curiosity. Numismatics connects us with history in a tangible way. A small object that has passed through countless hands still carries the stories of those who used it. The idea that one of those tiny coins could now hold a value of $6 million reminds us that treasure often hides in plain sight. The community of collectors is strong, supportive, and always eager to share knowledge. Online forums like Coin Talk or the PTG's message boards are full of stories from people who discovered valuable coins through sheer persistence. Social media has expanded this even further, creating spaces where discoveries go viral overnight. Imagine posting a photo of a coin from your childhood savings jar and waking up to experts telling you it could be worth millions. That is not just luck, it is awareness, learning what to look for, and understanding why certain coins matter. That is what channels like World Rare Coin aim to teach, empowering viewers with real numismatic knowledge while keeping the thrill alive. So if you are holding a handful of nickels right now, take a closer look. Perhaps among them lies the 1973 Jefferson nickel that could change everything. Look for those fine details. Examine the luster. Check for full steps. Search for errors. And if your heart tells you it looks different, trust your instincts. Because that curiosity is what leads to discovery. And discovery is what defines this hobby. The joy of finding something extraordinary in the ordinary. That is the magic of coin collecting. As we close this chapter, remember that the 1973 Jefferson nickel is more than metal. It is a piece of American history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and for a lucky few, a key to unimaginable fortune. So keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a small coin. This is World Rare Coin, reminding you that every piece of change has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth millions. If you love discovering rare treasures, make sure to like this video, leave a comment about your favorite find, and subscribe for the next chapter, because the next Jefferson nickel we explore will make this story even more incredible. The year was 1981. America was pulsing with change. Technology was rising, the economy was uncertain, and yet the United States Mint continued its mission of precision and tradition. Deep inside the Denver Mint, presses thundered as countless coins were born. Among them was a small, seemingly ordinary piece of metal, the 1981 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people never noticed, a coin that passed through millions of hands without a thought. But within that ocean of nickels, a few, perhaps only a handful, were unlike any others. They held a secret, a flaw, a perfection so rare that decades later, collectors would pay millions to possess them. This is the story of the 1981 D. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin that became a numismatic legend. Its design was familiar, the face of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, calm, wise, etched in copper and nickel, the elegant Monticello building on the reverse, representing history and architecture. The coin's specifications remained standard: a weight of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. Its composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, a blend that gave it strength and that unmistakable silver hue. Yet what made certain examples of the 1981 D nickel stand apart was not the metal, but the perfection of the strike, the precision of the details, and the conditions in which they were preserved at the Denver Mint, identified by the small letter D beneath Jefferson's portrait. Machines worked tirelessly to meet the nation's coin demand, but no machine is perfect, and no minting year is free from variation. Coins struck early in the production cycle often came out sharper, more detailed as the dies were fresh. Later strikes lost definition, creating subtle but critical differences. Professional graders know these subtleties define value, and so the few surviving examples from 1981 that show full strike brilliance, clear steps on Monticello, and unbroken luster have become legendary. Numismatics teaches us that condition and rarity move hand in hand. A 1981 D Jefferson nickel graded by PCGs or NGC as Mint State 69 or Proof 70 with full steps is an impossible find. Yet a few exist, locked away in collections, sealed in holders, and insured for millions. The record value for one of these coins reached $14 million, shocking even seasoned collectors. This price was not only for metal, it was for perfection, for history, for the unthinkable survival of a flawless coin through decades of circulation and change. To understand why such a coin holds this value, we must look at how grading works. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGs, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, evaluate every aspect of a coin's surface under magnification. They look for hairline scratches, bag marks, weak strikes, and any sign of wear. Each imperfection lowers the grade. The difference between Miss 68 and Miss 69 may not be visible to an untrained eye, yet to collectors it means the difference between thousands and millions. The 1981 D nickel, when it reaches that top tier of perfection, joins a class of coins so small, so elite, that owning one is like holding a crown jewel of American minting. But what else makes this coin fascinating is its history. The year 1981 marked the final stretch before major changes at the United States Mint. Technology was evolving. Die making was improving. Yet this period still produced mechanical errors. Some 1981 D nickels show double die reverses, where the word Monticello or 5 cents appears faintly doubled. Others show off-center strikes where the design shifted slightly during minting, and a rare few were struck on wrong planchets meant for other denominations. These anomalies are the holy grail of error collectors, authenticated by PCGs and NGC, often with provenance, tracing back to original rolls or bags distributed from the Denver Mint. In the collector market, such coins are not sold casually. They move through major auction houses, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections, where authentication, certification, and competition drive the price to astronomical levels. The story of one remarkable 1981 D nickel tells it all. A collector found it in an unopened roll purchased decades earlier from a local bank. Upon grading, it received the rare ENSA 69 full steps designation, the only one known of its kind. When it went to auction, bidding was fierce. The final hammer price crossed $14 million, shocking the numismatic world. But it also reignited interest in searching through old rolls and collections, reminding everyone that treasures still hide in plain sight. The technical side of coin evaluation also plays a vital role. Collectors often use scales accurate to 1/100th of a gram to verify the weight, calipers to measure diameter, and microscopes to study the die state. In high magnification, the texture of the fields, the sharpness of the devices, and the presence of die polish lines all help determine authenticity and grade. Advanced collectors can even tell which die pair produced their coin by studying minute details. a level of knowledge that transforms numismatics into both science and art. In terms of condition, the highest quality coins exhibit mirror-like luster, free of contact marks, full definition on Jefferson's cheek and hair, and crisp edges on the lettering. The reverse should show every brick of Monticello and clearly separated steps. Any weakness here disqualifies it from the full steps designation. This is why the 1981D full steps nickels are virtually non-existent. The Denver Mint that year experienced die wear issues, producing generally weak strikes, which makes a full steps example an anomaly, a miracle of minting precision. Collectors often debate whether such coins should be stored raw or graded. The answer is always grading. Professional encapsulation ensures both protection and market confidence. An ungraded coin, no matter how perfect, carries risk of authenticity concerns. But once sealed by PCGs or NGC, its details are locked, its serial number traceable, and its market value secure. Collectors seeking to build investment-grade portfolios always choose certified pieces, and the 1981D nickel sits at the top of that pyramid, a modern masterpiece of American numismatics. For the average viewer holding a handful of nickels right now, it might sound unbelievable that one of these small coins could reach a price tag of $14 million. But remember, rarity drives everything. And rarity is not just about age, it is about condition, survival, and the extraordinary chain of luck that keeps a coin pristine for decades. Imagine how many 1981 nickels have been dropped, scratched, or spent over the years, and then imagine one that avoided all of that, resting untouched, sealed in a bankroll, waiting quietly to rewrite numismatic history. That is the magic of collecting. That is what inspires millions of hobbyists and investors alike to keep searching. As the story of the 1981D Jefferson nickel unfolds, more collectors are realizing that rarity hides in the details. Sometimes the rarest coins are not those locked away in museums, but the ones that slipped through unnoticed, lying dormant in change jars and family drawers, waiting to be rediscovered for the collector. There is no greater thrill than uncovering a piece of history that everyone else overlooked. The 1981D nickel embodies that thrill. It is a reminder that even the smallest coin can hold monumental value if preserved correctly. The journey of this nickel from mint to market tells us everything about how condition and patience create fortune. Many of these coins were minted under heavy production pressure, machines striking thousands per minute, dies wearing down, operators adjusting settings. This environment led to subtle imperfections in most coins. Yet in rare cases, a fresh die, perfectly aligned, produced a crisp, flawless strike. Those early strikes often ended up in mint sets or proof-like rolls, which were sometimes purchased by collectors and stored untouched. These rolls sat quietly for decades, and only now are they being reopened by a new generation of treasure hunters who understand the power of numismatics. Grading remains the most critical step. When a collector finds a promising example, it should be submitted immediately to PCGs or NGC. Both grading bodies use advanced microscopes and imaging to detect even microscopic flaws. Once a coin is graded and sealed, its value stabilizes, creating a verified market price. For investors, this is crucial, because certified coins are recognized worldwide, allowing easier resale through reputable dealers and auction houses. If you ever find a 1981D nickel that looks flawless, bright and sharply struck, never rush to clean it. Never touch the surface. Instead, place it in a protective holder and have it evaluated professionally. That decision could turn a 5-cent coin into a fortune. Understanding the measurements of the coin also helps in identifying potential minting errors. The standard 1981D nickel should weigh precisely 5 grams, but occasionally planchets intended for foreign coins or experimental strikes were used, producing slight variations in weight and thickness. A coin weighing noticeably less or more than 5 grams could indicate such an error. These anomalies are incredibly valuable. Collectors have documented wrong planchet strikes where the coin was made from a blank, meant for a foreign denomination, resulting in a slightly smaller diameter or lighter weight. Once verified, such a discovery can be worth more than gold. The passion for Jefferson Nickels has built one of the strongest collector communities in American numismatics. Forums, conventions, and grading competitions are dedicated to this series. At major coin shows, enthusiasts share their discoveries, compare strike qualities, and display their full steps examples under bright lights. The full steps designation remains the ultimate badge of honor, a symbol of precision, because achieving complete visibility of the Monticello steps means the coin survived the minting process in near-perfect form. For the 1981D issue, that level of perfection is almost mythical, making every discovery headline-worthy. The numismatic world respects the discipline of those who chase perfection, not for greed, but for knowledge. Each rare coin teaches something about minting, metallurgy, and history. The 1981D nickel, for instance, reflects America's technological transition. Machines improving, yet human oversight still playing a role. That blend of art and imperfection is what gives these coins their soul. Collectors do not just see metal, they see a story, a journey, a frozen moment in time. Each die crack, each doubling, each shine tells its own truth. And that truth, once preserved, becomes legacy for those who wish to sell. The pathway is clear but strategic. First, have your coin authenticated and graded by PCGs or NGC, once certified. Decide whether to sell through a major auction house or privately. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are excellent for premium pieces because they reach global bidders. If your coin is exceptionally rare or has full steps designation, these houses will often feature it in their marquee events, drawing maximum attention and premium bids. If you choose to sell online, platforms like eBay or Great Collections can work well, but only if your coin is graded. Never list raw high-value coins because buyers will demand certification. Always provide the serial number from the grading slab, so bidders can verify authenticity directly from PCGs or NGC databases. Experienced sellers also understand timing. Coin markets fluctuate based on economic conditions and collector trends. When numismatic interest peaks, auctions can bring record-breaking prices. Patience pays, and holding your coin until the right market moment can make a huge difference. Remember, these coins are not just commodities. They are historical artifacts. Once you sell, it leaves your collection forever. So decide carefully, and if possible, consult with professional numismatic advisors before making a move beyond financial worth. The 1981D Jefferson nickel represents something deeper. It symbolizes the hidden potential in everyday life, a reminder that treasures exist where least expected. Maybe in a coin roll you never opened, maybe in a jar of change from your parents. Every collector's story starts with curiosity, and curiosity leads to discovery. This is the magic that drives world rare coin, inspiring thousands to look closer, to question the ordinary, to realize that history is not only found in museums, but also in their own homes. So as you watch this, take a moment to check your own nickels. Look closely at the mint mark, the year, the strike quality, the luster, and the steps. Imagine the possibility that one of those small coins might hold a story waiting to be told, maybe even one worth $14 million. And if you ever find something that looks different, something that feels extraordinary, share it with the world. Because every discovery adds to the story of American numismatics. Every find reminds us that our coins are living history, not just money in the end. The 1981D Jefferson nickel stands as proof that patience, knowledge, and passion can turn the smallest object into a monumental reward. It bridges generations of collectors, from those who began decades ago to the new ones inspired today. It shows that in the art of collecting, greatness hides in detail. So keep learning, keep searching, and keep believing that your next coin might be the one. This is World Rare Coin, reminding you that history lives in your hands, and that even a 5-cent piece can hold the power to change your life. If you enjoyed this story, like this video, comment below what coin you are searching for next, and subscribe to stay connected with the rarest treasures from around the world. Because the next Jefferson nickel we explore will reveal an even greater secret waiting to be uncovered. The story of the 1994 Jefferson nickel begins quietly. in a year that seemed ordinary for most Americans. Yet within the walls of the Philadelphia Mint, a handful of coins were struck with such perfection, such hidden mystery, that they would one day become the subject of fascination for collectors around the world. The 1994 P nickel, though small, carries a story as vast as American coinage itself. Born from a year of transition, when minting technology was improving, yet still held on to the subtle human touches that make every coin unique for collectors. This nickel stands as a reminder that modern coins can hold secrets equal to the great rarities of the past, and that sometimes the most valuable discoveries are found not in ancient collections, but in recent history, as the presses thundered in Philadelphia, striking millions of nickels. A few extraordinary pieces emerged. Coins struck with dies so well prepared, so precisely aligned, that they achieved what numismatists call an exceptional full steps designation. Those tiny architectural details on the reverse, the Monticello steps, perfectly formed, each one distinct, showing no sign of wear or weakness, a level of sharpness that even the mint rarely achieves. These coins were not meant to stand out, yet they did over the years. A handful surfaced, carefully preserved, untouched by circulation, each revealing the extraordinary craftsmanship hidden beneath an ordinary surface. The 1994 P. Jefferson nickel became a legend not through hype, but through the quiet voice of discovery, the voice that whispers to collectors, "Look closer, examine deeper." History rewards those who see what others overlook. Every detail of this coin matters. Its standard weight remains 5 grams. Its composition 75% copper, 25% nickel. Its thickness 1.95 millimeters, and its diameter 21.21 millimeters. The familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson facing left. The word liberty in his own script, the year 1994 engraved beside it, and the proud Monticello on the reverse. But within these familiar details lies something rare. In certain 1994 P strikes, collectors have documented unusual doubling on Jefferson's eye and collar, and on the reverse, a faint but distinct doubling of the word Monticello. These subtle imperfections, known as doubled dies, turn an ordinary nickel into a treasure worth studying. Grading plays a crucial role in unlocking this value. When a 1994 P nickel is submitted to PCGs or NGC, its fate is determined under magnification. Experts examine every step of Monticello, every field, every detail of the luster. Coins that achieve MS-68 or higher with full steps designation are nearly unmatched in rarity. Few examples exist in such condition, and when they appear at auction, bidding wars erupt. Because advanced collectors know, in the world of modern American coinage, pristine condition equals astronomical value. But what makes this coin so exceptional goes beyond its beauty. It lies in the precision of its minting. Some examples were struck on improperly prepared planchets or with slightly overpolished dies, creating mirrored surfaces more reminiscent of proof coins than regular circulation issues. These proof-like nickels, when confirmed and graded, become one of the most coveted modern errors in the entire Jefferson nickel series. For those who dream of finding one, the path begins with knowledge. Search uncirculated rolls, estate collections, and mint sets from 1994. Study each coin carefully under good lighting. Pay attention to the steps of Monticello, the clarity of the portrait, the texture of the fields, and the placement of the P mint mark. If you find one with flawless luster, deep mirrors, or unusual doubling, you may be holding something extraordinary. Resist the urge to clean or handle it. Place it in a soft flip or holder, and submit it to PCGs or NGC for professional authentication. Once certified, your coin joins a global registry of documented rarities, its serial number recorded forever in numismatic history. Those who study coin grading understand how subtle distinctions determine life-changing differences in value. A coin graded Mensa 67 might sell for thousands, but a single grade higher can multiply that number dramatically. That's the delicate balance of the hobby, where precision and preservation turn curiosity into legacy. When collectors send their coins to PCGs or NGC, they aren't just verifying authenticity, they're cementing a place in history. Because these institutions preserve trust in the numismatic world. The 1994 Jefferson nickel is known among experts for its rarity and pristine form. Circulation wear quickly erodes the details of the steps and lettering, and only a fraction survived untouched. That scarcity, combined with modern demand, fuels its immense market value. Some of the highest quality examples have reached values approaching $17 million, not only because of rarity, but because of the symbolic beauty of a modern coin achieving legendary status. It proves that greatness doesn't always come from age, but from perfection, beyond its physical attributes. The 1994 nickel teaches collectors the importance of patience, observation, and respect for preservation. It's a coin that connects generations, reminding new collectors that treasures still exist within reach. Numismatics is not just about money. It's about history, craft, and passion. Those who dedicate themselves to understanding coins learn to read them like stories. Every line, every mark, every shine tells of the moment it was born, and the hands that protected it. For those ready to sell, the best approach is methodical. First, authenticate through PCGs or NGC. Then consider professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These platforms bring together serious buyers who understand the true worth of graded coins. For slightly lower value examples, certified listings on eBay or Great Collections can yield excellent results. But transparency is key. Include the grading serial number, high-resolution images, and certification details. That builds confidence and maximizes price. Timing also matters. Watch numismatic market trends. When collector demand for modern mint errors or high-grade examples spikes, prices surge. Some sellers hold their coins until major conventions like the Anna World's Fair of Money, where publicity drives value higher. Others prefer to sell privately through reputable dealers who handle elite collections. The strategy depends on your comfort, but always protect your coin until the transaction is finalized. The emotional power of this nickel lies in its paradox. It's small, common in form, yet among the rarest in perfection. It reminds every collector that value hides in patience, in knowledge, in the act of looking deeper. Maybe right now, someone watching this video will check their coin jar, pull out a 1994 nickel, and notice the full steps shining back. The possibility alone fuels excitement across the numismatic community, because history loves those who dare to look. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions that year, yet just a few stand apart, destined for legend. Their journey from mint floor to modern auction halls mirrors the story of American determination itself, from humble beginnings to remarkable success. And as collectors chase these nickels, they aren't just hunting metal. They're preserving culture one coin at a time. To every viewer of World Rare Coin, remember this: the next time you hold a nickel, treat it with respect. Look closer, because what seems ordinary may be extraordinary. If you love stories like this, filled with real numismatic secrets, subscribe now, hit the like button, comment what coin you are searching for, and share this story with every collector you know, because the next video might reveal a discovery even more astonishing than the 1994 Jefferson nickel. Together we explore, together we learn, and together we keep the spirit of American coin collecting alive. This is World Rare Coin, reminding you that hidden fortune may be resting in your hands right now, waiting to be found, waiting to be told. Every coin has a heartbeat. Every nickel carries a story. From the 1973 Jefferson nickel that whispered its secret fortune, to the 1981 D that revealed how patience and perfection create unimaginable value, to the 1994 P that proved modern coins can become legends, each one reminds us that history lives in our hands, that the smallest things can change our lives. In every shine of metal there is time, in every curve. There is art, in every mark. There is mystery. These coins are not just currency. They are fragments of the American story, each one struck with purpose, carried through generations, hidden, found, and reborn. Through collectors like you, the legacy continues. When you watch World Rare Coin, you are not just seeing coins, you are stepping into history, walking with the dreamers, the seekers, the explorers who look beyond the surface, who know that every detail matters, that one coin, one moment, one discovery can spark the thrill of a lifetime. So if your heart beats faster when you hear the sound of a coin dropping, if you feel the excitement when you open an old roll, if you believe that your next find could rewrite your story, then you are already part of our family. This world of collectors is built on curiosity, on wonder, on the belief that hidden treasures still exist, waiting for someone brave enough to look. Together we learn, together we explore, together we uncover the past that hides in plain sight. Every episode, every story, every discovery is a step closer to revealing the next great American treasure, the next rare coin, the next unforgettable legend. So like this video, comment your favorite discovery, share your own coin stories, and most importantly, subscribe to World Rare Coin, because the next chapter is already waiting. Somewhere in the shimmer of a forgotten dime, the weight of a worn quarter, the sound of a nickel turning in your palm. This is World Rare Coin, where history never fades, where value meets mystery, where collectors become storytellers, and where every coin has a voice. Listen closely, because the next one might just be calling your name.